Cheers got me through when I was going through a divorce, and every night I would watch TV at 10 o'clock. I would watch that, and never knowing, it's okay, you're going to sleep with that guy before too long.
Thank you.
Well, they say it's a place where everyone knows your name. I mean,
I think a follow-up question would be in order.
I think I've said enough.
Okay. Borrowing a phrase from another must-see TV show, yada, 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 here you are. And it's your first interview for this show together, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's what you mentioned during the break.
Speaking yada, yada, yada,
Yes,
the
sir.
only person who ruins more takes than Mary is Larry David.
Okay.
He is the worst. Surely.
He is. He's terrible.
Well, this is awesome.
Ruined take after take by laughing.
Over and over again, huh?
Sometimes at himself.
Okay.
Yeah. That I understand.
Well, I guess that's my last true or false for celebrity true or false for both of you. True or false, some of your friends actually thought you split up after your fictional versions divorced on Curb. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, we said, somebody said, say it isn't true.
Somebody we'd seen like 2 months before.
Yeah, I mean,
for dinner,
someone that should know better. And I said, yes, it's true. And we decided a good, graceful way to introduce that to everyone is to do it on Curb. What do you think? You know, it was like...
But that is true, huh?
That's how powerful I think television is.
But I have to say, even as the actors, I was miffed. I was kind of upset that he did that.
To put you in that position as characters on the show.
Which I think tickled him even
well, maybe
more.
you should have, Ted, you should have given him the sandwich. You know what I mean? If you
He
only
holds a grudge.
swapped sandwiches with him when he asked. I can't get enough of it. I miss that show. Yeah. I absolutely miss that show. What is your favorite, both of you, if you wish, favorite scenes, favorite episodes of Curb?
Wow.
That you did with him?
Isn't there one where he goes to the ballpark with his,
hooker, right?
his father and a hooker?
Well, he picks up the hooker so he could use the HOV lane to get there.
That's right.
Let's not forget the reason why he did that.
Yeah, I do love
mean, you know, if
that.
you've ever been trying to get to Dodger Stadium, you know,
it's tough.
I do love
getting
that.
that diamond lane is very important.
Yeah.
And we, God, Barney's isn't even there anymore, but we did one of the first ones I did was at Barney's
That was the first year.
Yeah, where he said to Cheryl, you know, should we hang out with those guys? And then he said, you know, I can take or leave Ted, but I'd like to hang out with Mary, but would you be jealous? And she's like, I don't care. And so then he keeps popping up when I'm shopping and things like that.
Which one of you met Larry in real life first?
I think we both did,
Same
actually.
time.
Yeah. We had friends.
At the same time?
Yeah.
My story about that was he invited us all, this group of about 6 or 7 friends, and we'd known him from the summer before, and he said, come, I just shot the pilot for something, Curb, and he took us up into the attic because the reception in this little summer house was the only place there. It was hot, I'll give you that, but half of the group fell asleep. And I sat there, I won't throw you under the bus, but I thought we both went, oh boy, oof. Don't know about this show, but let's be sweet and supportive. So we said, if you ever need us to play ourselves, be our pleasure, but only out of trying to be sweet. Truthfully, I will say in my case, changed my career, being on Curb.
You think so?
Yeah, because it rejuvenated my, I kind of felt like I'd stayed at the half-hour comedy party too long by then. And you just show up and you would giggle and it was effortless and it just made me happy to be around comedy again.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Certainly, since it is a show that really taps into what's right and what's wrong in the world and who's the arbiter of it than Larry David, which is, you know, awesome and problematic at the same time. You know?
You don't want to go out to dinner with him in real life.
Oh my God. We went out to dinner with him, Martha's Vineyard. None of us had been to this restaurant, and it was it's one of the few really stuffy restaurants there, sort of took itself seriously. And we're sitting where we're facing everybody, and he's got his back to everybody. And he comes in late and he sits down, and then he just starts telling these stories
in a booming
voice. Like, and you're just watching behind him, everyone, and you're watching. A couple of people are laughing. Some people were very offended by that last story, and the language and all this. One person is like paying it, getting up, leaving, and then he finally realizes maybe he's offended some people, and he goes, "This is a terrible restaurant for Jews." And I'm like, what are you even talking about? We're probably the only two people in here aren't Jewish. I mean, he's nuts. He'll stay and do anything.
And that incident will be in next week's episode.
Yeah.
Oh, if only. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, everybody enjoy A Man on the Inside season 2 with Ted Danson, Mary Steenburgen, Max Greenfield, Gary Cole was also terrific.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.